Joe Hopkins here, and today I'm talking about exactly what it says down there, which budget guitar brand is best. And here's the tricky thing about that. What is best, right? Well, it depends on what you're looking for. I know I say that kind of thing a lot, but it does depend on what you're looking for, right? It definitely depends on you, what you want, how much money you have, but we're going to go over that kind of thing. Right? I'm going to go over what's the best for price, which brand has the most variety, which brand has the best overall quality, all those things. So we're going to start with, well, let's start with overall quality. In my experience, and I know you guys might have other experiences, you might have tried brands I haven't, but in my experience, the best overall quality is Wolf AIO. And, you know, I got my Wolf WLP here. I love this guitar, right? The quality is amazing. It stands up with the name brands. I mean, not just hyperbole there. Literally, this is a premium level guitar. And the stuff they sell generally is premium level stuff at much less cost, like half the cost or less. However, if budget money is a thing, this guitar is around 500 bucks, right? I think I spent a little over 500 for this in the case. I think it was 450 plus I bought the case. So you're looking at $400 to $500. As far as budget brands go, that price is a little above everybody else. Well, in some cases, a good bit above everybody else. But for that, you get an instrument that's as good as anything out there. Legitimately, this is an amazing piece of work. This is as good as anything you're going to get. But yeah, budget maybe is a concern. So Wolf AIO. And I mentioned Wolf and AIO because, you know, the Wolf brand and the AIO brand are the same guitars pretty much. They're made by, they have different styles depending on which, but they're made by the same company to the same types of specifications, same level of quality. And that would be from allinoneguitars.com. Now, by the way, I'm going to put links to all the websites I talk about here in the description if you want to go shopping. So I'd say that best overall quality. Now, keep in mind, I'm not putting down the quality of any of these other brands. Not at all. I'm just talking about the best, the top. Wolf AIO, better than the others, right? Although a lot of other brands have excellent quality, and you got to weigh that against price and other things. So what do we got next? Let's go with variety. The guitar brand, the budget guitar brand with the biggest amount of variety. In other words, if you're looking for something particular, they're the most likely to have it. And that would be Harley Benton. And that is by far and away the biggest variety. Thomann Music's store brand, right? This is my Harley Benton 7-string. And it's an excellent guitar. I have to say, as far as quality goes, yes, I would say Wolf is better, but not by too much, right? Harley Benton stuff is very good. How good it is depends on the guitar you get. And there's where variety comes in. They have just about anything you could hope to find. Literally, ThomanMusic.com is a great place to go to just browse, because it's hard to say what they have. Now, always take a look and see if it's in stock. If it's not, keep an eye on it and wait till it's in stock to order it. Because I know it says will be in stock in 4 to 6 weeks or 6 to 8 weeks. Don't bet on that. Wait until it's in stock to order it. But that said, the variety is amazing. They have almost every style of guitar, including some that I'm sure you guys haven't thought of. As far as price points go, depending on what you want, and read the descriptions of them because, you know, they're all different. Depending on what you want, their guitars start at around 100 bucks. And I think the priciest one on there, from what I've seen, is still shy of $700. And that was their dual neck, you know, 12-string, 6-string dual neck electric guitar. Really kind of a specialty thing. And that was one of their definitely higher priced ones. Almost all their guitars are under $500, with the ones at the upper end of that being the pricier, more premium stuff they have, like their Amarok guitars, which look amazing, right? Which on their Amarok brand, or their Amarok line, they have like baritone electric guitars, 7-string electric guitars, like, you know, the real progressive kind of stuff. And I think they're Dullahan headless guitars, they have those. They have just about every style, color, variety you could possibly want. So it's worth taking a look and just browsing around. Plus, like I said, the price point varies. It's up and down, depending on what you're buying and the exchange rate at the moment. Because remember, Thomann is German, so everything's in euros and is converted to dollars. If you go to the American site, it gives you a price in dollars, but that price can change with the exchange rate. And remember, with them, there's shipping. If you live in the US, it's going to be a bit of shipping there. I think it's up to like 80 bucks. But if you order 2 guitars, it's still like 80 bucks. So, and even with that, the prices are low enough that it's still worth it, especially if you want something you can't really find with the other budget brands, because they do have the variety. So there you go. So we'll put that down and let's take a look. Let's say bang for the buck. Literally, how much can you get for a very little bit of money, right? And for that, I would recommend Firefly. Firefly guitars, because they're fairly inexpensive. This is my Firefly FFLP. This was a $200 guitar, right? 200 bucks. Is it as good as my Wolf? No. No, it's not. But it costs less than half of what my Wolf does. And at that price, it is significantly decent. It is really, really an excellent guitar for $200. And as far as how close to my Wolf is it, it's close enough for 200 bucks, to be honest with you. This thing does not disappoint me in any way whatsoever. I think it's a reasonable alternative to buying a Wolf WLP. If you don't mind the little bells and whistles and some of the bling on it, like you can see. With my Wolf, there's a lot of abalone. There's a lot of fancy stuff on it. The hardware, it's got the gold, you know, hardware. It's got Grover tuners. It's got a lot of bling, and it's got a lot of all that. I believe it is built better overall anyway, but the Firefly is pretty close. It does not have any bling. It's not blinged out at all, but it looks good. And for $200, it's a solid instrument. Firefly is my pick for bang for the buck. Now, if you look at their stuff, they're at guitarsgarden.com. You have to keep an eye on them because they get stuff in stock and they sell out pretty quick. They have a variety of models, and not all of them are listed on their website, because sometimes they'll just, it has a little menu at the top and they'll drop it if that guitar isn't in stock at the moment, but it'll pop up again when it is in stock. So as far as styles, they have a lot of them, but you got to keep an eye on it because it changes, it varies. The prices vary a bit too, but I haven't seen anything they've sold that's over like $260, $270 at the high end. So all good quality stuff. Bang for the buck, definitely Firefly, in my opinion, right? In this guy's opinion. And that's just because, I mean, really, their stuff is really good quality at that price point, right? So let's see what we got next, right? Let's go with upgradability. Let's say you want to get a guitar as a platform just to get started, and you want something that's easily upgraded without having to put a lot of effort into learning all of these skills. So for that, I'd go with Xaviere, right? That is Guitar Fetish. They sell them on guitarfetish.com. This is their store brand, right? Xaviere. They sell Xaviere and they sell slick guitars. And we can include slick guitars in this for some of the same reasons. And I say that they are immensely upgradable because their parts and especially the pickups, are GFS. That's Guitar Fetish's store brand. And these pickups that they put in the Xaviere and Slick guitars are their quick plug pickups. That means no soldering. That means if you want to change pickups and put something different in this instrument, you can go to guitarfetish.com and they have a whole line of GFS pickups to choose from. You can change these out very easily with another set of GFS quick plug pickups because there isn't any soldering. You just take the pickups out, unplug them, plug in the new ones, and put them back in. That makes it really, really easy. And they use a lot of GFS parts on them. That means all this kind of stuff, the bridge, the tuners, you know, the electronics. Most of the parts on this, you can purchase replacement parts from Guitar Fetish. And they're direct replacements, meaning that you can replace almost anything on this guitar with another GFS part without having to drill new holes, without having to make sure it fits or works. It's from the manufacturer, so you got a pretty good idea that anything you change should fit because it's their own parts, right? That makes it really upgradable. You want to get a guitar to upgrade. I paid $200 for this Telecaster, which is a pretty decent price point, right? Their prices are good. The quality of the instruments is excellent, but upgradability, you can't beat that, especially with electronics. Hey, I can change out everything in this without having to solder because they have the quick plug pickups. They have the quick plug wiring harnesses, meaning that I can change out this, all the electronics in this, with a new wiring harness from GFS if I want to get something a little bit different. That makes it easy. That's upgradability right there, right? That's my thoughts on that one. So let's see, what else might we consider when we are looking at what you might want in a budget guitar? How about just overall price? Let's say you're really broke or you're buying a guitar for your nephew and you don't, you know, it's not for you. He's a beginner, he's learning, and you don't want to spend a lot of money. With that, I would go with, ooh, hit my microphone there. With that, I would go with Glarry. This is my Glarry Burning Fire. I spent $100 on this with free shipping, right? $100, and it came with an amp. Not a great amp. It's just one of those little, you know, practice piece of crap amps, but still, it's an amp. If you're buying something for your nephew, it's a great starting point. $100 gets you a guitar, an amp, came with a plug, came with a El Cheapo strap, and I wouldn't call it a gig bag. I'd say it's like a dust cover, but it's something. For $100, yeah, that is, in my opinion, the overall master of price point is Glarry. Now, they have their Burning Fire 2, which I think is $110, $120. It's like a couple bucks more. They have a number of different styles of guitar, including like the Strat style guitars and Tele style guitars. And they're all like around $100-ish, 100 to like 130, 40. I think the most expensive thing might be $150. So as far as price, overall, just can't beat the price. I put Glarry because if you are really, really broke and don't have the money to spend, dude, that's a pretty good place to go, right? And that's definitely worth thinking about. I know a lot of you guys want a quality instrument, but then again, a lot of you guys are really broke. So, and Glarrys aren't bad. They're good guitars. I can't complain about mine. Now, here's something that you always do have to consider when ordering an instrument, especially if you're going to spend a couple extra bucks. And you know, if you're going to get something on the higher end, even if budget, you're concerned about customer service, right? How good is the customer service if something does go wrong? And I would put at the top of that, we're going back to Harley Benton. And the reason why, Thomann Music is a big company. which means they actually have people that you can get a hold of within business hours. Take a look at when the business hours are. That's important. They're in Germany, so don't just assume because the sun's up where you are that they're open. But other than that, just take a look at the website, or I think they have an online chat kind of thing. Good customer service. It's about the best it can get because, I mean, honestly, that's like Europe's version of Musician's Friends, Sweetwater. You know, definitely excellent stuff. I think I had to actually deal with them one time when one of my guitars was having trouble actually getting here, and they were excellent. Absolutely excellent. Top-notch customer service. And yeah, that matters when you're shopping for stuff. Now, keep in mind, as far as customer service, I'm not putting any of these other companies down, right? Wolf AIO, they have very good, competent customer service. They're in LA. So if you happen to live in Southern California, you could even drive to their store, right? Xaviere, from what I've found, has excellent customer service, right? They're not up to the same standard as Tome and Music, but they're smaller companies, honestly. The only one of these companies I would really say their customer service is subpar is Firefly. And yeah, their guitars are good, but if something's wrong, you're probably not getting it fixed. It just is what it is. Nothing against their guitars. I love their guitars. Their customer service is just, not the best. But yeah, so here are just some of the categories I came up with as far as like best of different things. I hope you found it informative. Check out some of them websites. They're in the description below. Browse around, see what they got, see what's for sale, see if there's something you'd be interested in. And while you're at it, subscribe to my channel, because if you don't, I'm going to come to your house and do bad stuff, or I don't know, probably not, but it's worth making a threat if it gets you to subscribe to my channel. Anyway, I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. All right, man? Peace out, baby. Bye-bye.